Hello Aries, welcome to September, Virgo season. All about work for you guys, even though I see no work coming out here. The thing that spoke to me, or the word that came to me rather, when these cards were laid out was Aries is turning a new leaf. You have a wheel, and you have death. All indicating something very exciting. Now, all of you have different details in your life. You know, you all have different types of people, different kinds of work, all these things. But over the past several months, maybe even several years for many of you, Aries has had to learn how to really stand on their own. Now, that might sound like, no doy, it's Aries, we're the warriors, we know how to do that, but you've had to step into that more kind of survival role. And it's really going to start paying off. To have the Wheel of Fortune in the to have the Wheel of Fortune in the center of the reading is such a blessing, because that's really the core of your energy right now. And it's on an upswing. Here we have the three fates. We have the man on the wheel, and you can see the turning. The best is to be at the top, okay? And then we always go through an ebb, right? Where we fall, or things slow down, or things don't really kind of work in our favor. And then we may feel like we're just kind of clinging on for dear life. And then eventually we figure out how to start making our way back up to the top. And right now, that's kind of where you are. Either here, climbing still, or you are sitting at the top. That's what the world indicates. The beginning of a new thing, a new cycle. And it is indicative of the microcosm within the macrocosm, right? It's just one small mini cycle in the cycle of your life, your lifetime, and the cycles of lifetimes, plural. And I feel as though you're going to be given an opportunity to step off the Wheel of Fortune at this time, if you so choose, as indicated here with the Four of Cups. Now you may be thinking, how can I do that? That is what enlightened people do. See, it's no accident, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but it's no accident that the man at the top of the wheel is in a yogi position. When you are at the top of the wheel, you have the opportunity to step off, because you're not clinging for dear life, You have the opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to adjust my mindset to a place where I'm no longer going to get trapped in a Five of Wands or a Seven of Cups situation. I'm not going to get trapped in drama or domestic kind of arguments or, office politics, the dating nonsense world kind of thing. I'm just going to step off. And I'm going to take on this air of observer, again, as we see with the Four of Cups. It's a very detached energy. It's very wise. See, we have the two younger women listening to the older woman, because the older woman has experience with the wheels. Is that focused? Sorry if it's not focused. Hopefully you guys can see. The older woman has experience with the wheels. And as we mature in age, we also hopefully mature in wisdom. And now would be a good time to listen to the wisdom of your elders, all right? To respect what they have to say. And to listen to any advice that anyone kind of wants to give you. Well, I mean, not anyone, but anyone that you respect. Because the Four of Cups represents thinking things through before you act, not getting so caught up in certain things. Not taking your awareness away from yourself or shifting your awareness away from yourself toward the drama things, but keeping that awareness inside of you, inside your heart center. The world, I really love the world in this card, in this deck, because it is the merging of the duality, as we see here with the man and woman as one entity. The merging of our masculine and feminine, of our light and our darkness, all coming together, all working together. There is no one part of you that you are afraid of. There is no one part of you that you seem to not understand. You know? The old, outmoded way of doing things are no longer going to serve. And in many ways, the death card for me is coming out because these three people are kind of honoring death here. You can see them making some offering. And because they are honoring death, honoring the end, there is also a sense of urgency that you may be feeling in your life right now. Like, holy cow, I'm going to die someday. I got to get my shit together. You know, I really got to get this moving forward. I really got to act. I really got to do some stuff. I got to stop worrying about all the nonsense. See, in comparison, the Five of Wands is like laughable. You know, whatever these dragons are that you feel you need to slay, right? This is such an Aries card. And you can even see, I like the wands. I even have the Ace of Wands here to show you. The wands in this deck are very closely related to the Aries cardinal energy. He's got the sheep, and we have the sheep in the paw of the dragon's hand as well. So it's like the slaying of the dragon. But you don't have to, you know, you don't have to go straight to the belly of the beast with stuff, because in so doing, you are distracting yourself. That's what I mean by taking your awareness and shifting it outside of yourself. You're giving power to the dragon here, right? You're giving power there. But if you give that power back to yourself, you become unstoppable in your career goals, in your relationship goals, and even just in life. Like, Aries are fully capable of just kicking butt in life. And especially if you've got like Aries on the 10th house or something. Like, I see Aries 10th house and 1st house people as being like such drivers. You know, they just accomplish anything, and it's amazing to watch. We can throw it in the 2nd house too, 2nd and 6th house, if you got Aries there. But people that have, you know, a scattered Aries energy, or an impulsive Aries energy, they can spend a lot of time doing insignificant things because they haven't really spent the time thinking about what's important about what they're doing or what purpose that serves. And they just can like, my mother has a moon in Aries, right? And she's always like, all of a sudden her day is gone. She's like, I don't know where my day went. And I'm like, well, you spent it doing all these 45 different things. She's like, yeah, but I really just wanted to do this one thing. I'm like, yeah, but you gave so much more importance to those things and not the one thing that you actually really wanted to do. You know? And so for you guys, now is a time to really focus on that one thing, or those 2 or 3 things in your life that you really want to do. The things that give you the most benefit. And you're coming out as this Empress here. This is you. This is not a typical Aries quality, you know? It's not a typical Aries energy. But yet here you are, reaping the benefits of that which you have sown. Reaping the harvest, stepping into your ultimate creative power. Now is time for Aries to create. You'll be able to be creative artistically. You'll be able to write and to communicate and give birth or give life to things. And you'll really come in contact with that true, the spiritual essence of Aries, which is being. Because that's what you represent, the I am. And that is the most powerful statement of the zodiac, because without that, nothing else is possible. I am that I am. You know, they always say it's not, you know, the Shakespeare, I think it was Shakespeare. I think, therefore I am. It's like, no, it's I am, therefore I think, right? I am, therefore I am capable of everything else. And to own that amness. I know that's not a word. But see, life is going to try to come in and try to throw you off course. 7 of Cups. It's going to try to, that's kind of what I feel like. It's the essence of life that we must choose. And there really is no good or bad, because both are products of choice. And it is the choice, ultimately, which is why we're here. The choice to choose good and the light, the choice to choose ascension and growth and giving and being of service to other people and learning about love and compassion. But life throws so much at us nowadays. You know, we're not living in, 7,000 years ago in the hills of the Middle East area, just growing gardens and living in tribes where spirituality is more incorporated into the day-to-day life. We're not there. So we have to think about money. We have to think about transportation and how we get to work and what we do for work and the people that we work with. And, there's so many little nuances to life that it can confuse us and really throw us off track. But ultimately, you're sitting in the position of yogi here at the top of the wheel, where the fates kind of can't touch you at that time. You are in the untouchable position. A lot of people are taking on this untouchable quality, you and Pisces specifically, Scorpio as well, where it's just like, you can try to distract me, you can try to throw me off course, you can try to take my awareness from me, but that's the one power that no one really has. No one can really take your awareness from you. They can't take your consciousness, your state of being. They can't take it from you. You can only give it to them. And now's that time, that end of that cycle, where you no longer give it to people. You no longer dedicate so much to someone else. It's not that you're being selfish, it's that you're evolving. And you're really understanding how it works. Again, a 2 of Swords. It can indicate a choice, feeling as though you need to choose. There's 2 cards of choice, right? 7 of Cups, you can feel overwhelmed by what to choose. 2 of Swords, you may have maybe narrowed it down to a couple different paths. But at the end of the day, the more spiritualized you are, the more aware you are, the more conscious you are, the choices become insignificant. They may both be good, or they may both be not necessary, and you can just walk away entirely. But people who are truly in a state of inner peace don't really feel like they have choices laid out in front of them. Because there's only one choice, and it's the choice that is in alignment with their spiritual evolution. We all want to get to 4D, don't we? Please, come on. Let's get out of this 3rd dimension where there's so much pain and suffering and reach a place that is full of love and compassion. I think there are a lot of us that just want to get the heck out of this mindset, out of this place. And it's totally within our grasp, 100%. And I think as Aries matures and Aries grows up and they master this state of beingness, then the choices just seem to dissolve entirely. See, in my Hermetic Tarot deck, the Two of Swords, everything has like a different kind of like subtitle. And I always say this with the Two of Swords, it's referred to as the Lord of Peace Restored, where peace comes back, where agreements are made and people settle. They don't compromise. It's like a win-win. Like a Two of Cups, it's win-win on both sides. We don't have to be at odds with one another. And the sun shows me that. The sun shows me that all is well and good. And the more you elevate yourself off the wheel, the better and better it gets. And the more doors open for you, and the more clear your path becomes. Whether that's who you're dating, what you're doing for work. Some of you may be aligning your lifestyle to your spirituality so that you don't have to choose between being spiritual and being at work. They can coexist together. Some of you are going to be choosing a lifestyle that, or a livelihood that more aligns with peace and serenity. You'll be making active steps to creating peace for yourself in your life. And here we have Ace of Wands. All the doors that need to open will open. But see, this is you creating it, you know. We are creators of the aces. I don't really know if that's focusing or not. I'm sorry. I don't have my typical camera. We are the creators of the aces, because what happens internally is what happens externally. Again, the microcosm within the macrocosm. We need to start thinking like that all the time. And when we see something like a Five of Wands or a Seven of Cups, Five of Wands is one of drama and nonsense, you know, dealing with stupid stuff. When we find ourselves in that situation, it is usually a reflection of ourselves. Now, I know that it's also a reflection of the other person or other people as well. It's not just, you know, you. It's co-created. It's a co-created energy. But you do not have to participate. Other people can. You can just walk right by. You know, you can sidestep the dragon. That's fine. And you can be in search of your Ace of Wands and adjust yourself vibrationally by aligning your heart toward the opportunities that you seek. Okay? So here we have an Ace of Wands. On the outside of the death and world, which are both indicative of the end of some cycle in your life, boom, here we have a new beginning. Loud, in your face, plain and simple. You don't have to think about it. The world is now, you're now full of opportunity. Knight of Swords reversed. I think you are dealing with someone who is upside down or reversed themselves. I really think you do. You are. This is a card of Gemini. Can be any air sign, Libra, Aquarius as well, or anyone who just seems to be like kind of like, can I use the word, and I don't mean to be offensive, but like a little bipolar, like one day they're doing one thing and the next day it's like completely the opposite. And you're like, whoa, where the heck, like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? It's so against what you said yesterday. And then Six of Wands reversed. Knight of Swords. The twins of Gemini here. And when the twins are reversed, sometimes they're headed in different directions. And people, I don't think it's you. You're the Empress, right? You're the Empress. And this person probably really confuses you right now. Is really kind of bothering you or irritating you, or Again, this Five of Wands is very likely a reflection of what they've got going on inside. You know, we'll clarify this in the comprehensive. We've got Five of Wands, Seven of Cups, we've got Death, we've got Two of Swords to clarify. So there's a lot of things to talk about still. But this person is, I don't know, they're kind of messing stuff up. But like I said in the beginning, you're turning a new leaf. And you're not going to be dealing with this the way you used to deal with it, right? Which is getting in there, getting into the trenches, getting into the nitty gritty, and just like, getting into that sort of brawl. You've elevated, or you are in the process of elevating and getting off the wheel. It's a hard thing to do, but I congratulate you for doing it. Because it's contributing to the peace of the world as a whole. And one thing that we do need to remember is how our individual actions do reflect in the grand scheme of the world. As much as we think it's so small and so minuscule, if we are acting positively, it adds to the positivity of the world. Even if it's just a teeny tiny bit, it still adds. So it's that much more important. I feel a sense of pride coming from this person. I really do. I feel as though they are stuck. And I'm getting a sense of arrogance that I really don't like. No one likes arrogance, and you're really not participating. Look, your back is turned to all of this. You're even like separated by the sun. The sun is in between you. The sun separates you. They're kind of in their own little dark cloud. All I can say is, for those of you who aren't going to go to finish the story here, you know, the advice that I have is to just ask yourself, is this something you want to participate in or not? And it's as easy as that. Most of you are going to choose not to participate. And you're just going to continue being in your essence and enjoying the benefits that you're reaping, because you are and you will. Okay? All right, you guys, lots still to talk about, but if I don't see you on the website, then I will see you next month. All right? Thank you guys so much. Take care.